What up, good peoples? Welcome back. It's the Dominant DNA podcast. We up to episode 9.
Cheers.
You know what I mean? Appreciate it. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pleasure, yo. I'm glad you're here with me. You know what I mean? I'm going to salute the God E-Man for,
Appreciate
you know, doing this thing on the Bulls as always. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. Keeping it all crispy for y'all. You know what I mean? And my motherfucking man. From way back, yo. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. My man Brian Doe. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you for having me.
Man, I appreciate you being here, yo. It's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, fam.
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah. Grown man talk.
Indeed. You know what I mean? And thank you for just supplying the bar.
Oh yeah. You know you gotta have the Bartonella. You gotta have both colors. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta have the champagne. You know what I mean. You gotta have the OJ. You know what I mean. You wanna make the mimosa. You gotta stay hydrated. It's important.
Indeed.
Healthy with the hand sanitizer. And of course, for my real men who know what it is, you gotta have that Glenfiddich 21. You know. So yeah, that's where we at, man. Oh, and the Bud Ice, man. You know what I mean.
That's the Bud Light.
Yeah, the Bud Light.
Bud Ice.
My fault.
No, listen.
My fault. You smarter than I am.
I'm not too snobby for Bud Ice, but it's like I like the way this tastes better. And if you one of them type of people that like to cook seafood, I'm trying to tell you.
Or eat crabs.
Indeed, seafood. Period.
Okay.
It tastes good whether you just drinking it while you eating it, but if you cook shit or steam shit in some beer, especially this with the lime flavor, yo.
That's academic for me because I don't know anything about beer. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, beer and wine is when you want to have a little less get fucked up activity. You know what I mean?
Got you.
I like it better, like, if you gotta get up early the next day or if you got a long drive, you know what I mean? You could just focus better than, that liquor gets you shit-faced if you drink too much of it. And I'm sure we both seen it happen to the best of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one. The niggas be really thinking that they gonna escape. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure. Well, I'm just glad you guys allowed me to be here today. With all due respect to your audience, all of your viewers, all of the listeners, anybody who's paying attention to what's going on right now, I'm hoping that we transition as a group. And these dialogues make a big difference in every community, not just the one we're from, but every community that allows themselves to be part of what we're doing right now. So it's not about getting you drunk. It's not about making a big deal about alcohol. It's just saying, here are alcohols that you can choose from to have a good time. Not that you have to consume it all, nor should you be irresponsible when consuming it.
Can we toast to that?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Can we toast to, niggas drinking and having fun like grown men without all that stupid shit? Yeah.
We want you to make it home safe to your kids, man. And one thing I want to stress, like, even as I sit here behind all these bottles, when I talk to parents, Mark, one of my greatest issues is simply that you go out, you're having a good time, and I always wonder what will happen if you don't make it home. You know what I mean?
Right.
What would somebody tell your kid? Like,
right.
Oh, mommy was getting flat at a little lounge spot that she thinks is Cheers that she goes to 3-4 times a week, and nobody loved her enough to cut her off or make sure she didn't drive home safe. You know what I mean?
You sound similar to my man. And salute to God, Armadale the Apostle. I want to also have a moment of silence, man, because my brother's wife died from COVID. You know what I'm saying? In the last week, and that shit ain't right. You know what I mean? We gonna deal with that, but I definitely want all the fans and the viewers, yo, to just take a moment of silence for Genesis Days, man.
Absolutely. Respect.
Yeah. My man Armadale, when he was on here, he was saying leaving a legacy.
Right.
Like when you die, the way he put it was like, okay, if it's a big ass gold frame picture you on a wall, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, granddaddy or pop, you know what I mean? Like, yo, he was that dude, man. He was that dude, as opposed to, man, like, fuck that nigga. I don't even know who the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? And it's not funny, but it's real common, yo. Unfortunately, man.
Right.
And I'm glad you had, you know, to talk about it, because before you came on, I told you, like, I knew you would be a great fit for the show.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, I just, like I said, the things that I have on my mind, the conversations and dialogues that I try to have with people on a regular basis, I try to stress to them the importance of self-awareness. Nobody has to point the obvious out to you.
Right.
If something happens, it's cause and effect. 1 + 1 = 2. That means something happened. And a lot of people like to say words like accident, mistake. But if I'm driving in a car, I'm texting on my phone, and I'm not paying attention and something happens, I have to accept the fact that this is the origin of the issue. It's not the impact that's the problem. The origin of the issue is I'm not paying attention to the details, and I'm doing two things at one time. And that doesn't work. You know what I mean? So we have to become accountable. We have to take it more serious. We can't keep making excuses and allowing ourselves to tell ourselves, oh, it's okay, it wasn't my fault. Well, somebody else did it. Like, the blame game has gone too far. The finger pointing is too much for me. I mean, the children are the only ones suffering in the community because, as the leaders, and I want to stress this too, a lot of people from what is known as Generation X, they're still looking to their parents and grandparents and acting like they're the ones who are going to lead us forward. We're in charge now, all right? I want that to be clear to this audience. Generation X needs to get itself together right now. Right now. It needs to stop doing this.
Can we toast to that?
Get itself together right now.
Can we toast to that? And that's out of love.
Yeah.
Because we actually, you know, we're older. Thank God we still here. You know what I mean? And we've outlived a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to sit here next to you and have this moment with you means a lot for men and women of tint, children of tint. And when I say tint, T-I-N-T, that's people of color. I don't like to get stuck in a place where I'm using the same narrative or phrases that are stigmatized. So I move away from that to something that we can use in a positive manner. Tint. You go on your TV screen, you hit your menu button, you go to tint. It has two different extremes. It can be very light, it can be very dark. It's all the same though. It's just a tint. That doesn't create racism when you do it that way.
Right.
It removes the stigma from the conversation. I'm not here to blame anybody or find fault. What I want to know is, what are we going to do to find solutions? If we're not going to do solutions, then what are we doing? It's just complaining. We filling up a box to start a fight with somebody because we can. That's all it is. And like I said, the only people who suffer in the mix of all of that are the children. That's it. That's the only thing that can happen. Our children are going to suffer because we're neglecting to see the obvious and turning blind eyes to what we're doing that's creating the problems for us in our communities.
I'm glad you said that. So, what is, because I feel like it's not just one thing. It's different parts to it. But
Definitely
for
not.
you, what, in your opinion, what is the most important thing, like, that we need to do right now?
Be honest. That's what we need to do.
Can we toast to that?
Be honest. Stop lying. And when I say be honest,
please.
I mean, like, people say I'm living my truth. But if your truth is something you saw on social media or online and you're mimicking the behavior, that's not your life. If I ask you what's on your mind and you tell me something you heard today, not something that you did or something that you feel or something that you're going through, that is not your truth. You ask me what I did today, I'm not going to talk to you about something that's going on social media or on TV or the radio. I'm not going to say that because I'm living a real life. I am self-aware. I see the children. I can't overlook that. I see my brothers and my sisters. I can't overlook them. That's my real life. I can't live in this fantasy narrative that's being created for me so that I become something that doesn't mean anything in real life. I can't do it. I can't do it. So we need to be honest. Be honest. What's your truth? Today you did what? If you broke a law today and you have a problem because you broke that law today, be honest and accept the fact that when you break a law, these things happen. You see what I mean?
If you get caught.
Not even if you get caught. These things are possible. These things are possible. If you offend somebody in some way, shape, or form, and they show up at your front door, you knew that was possible when you offended them. So don't be surprised that we have these situations and these circumstances because we're lying. We're lying. Socialism is a wreck. It makes no sense, and everybody knows it. But they're going to point fingers at him. They're going to point fingers at her. And like I said, in the mix of all of that, our children are losing out here because they're so important to me, but we care so little. And I'm including myself. We care so little that we play games with each other while they're watching, knowing for a fact they can see it and hear it. This is the experiences they'll have and remember, but we won't stop. But we say, oh, I love you. Let a teacher call you from school. You're going to go crazy on the teacher.
Who?
Any parent. You know what I mean?
If they call you?
If a teacher called you from school, the main reaction for most people is, what? You must have did something. My kid couldn't have did that.
That's nigga shit, in my opinion. Like a good parent, in my opinion, is really gonna find out what the fuck is going on.
See, what I'm saying to you is this. It's socially acceptable to have a response to things that bother you. Just because you can, not because it's warranted. I'm not trying to blame a certain group of people here. I think everybody is a victim of this, or everybody is a participant in this idea box. So I want us to stop with the blame game and the finger pointing. We're all wrong. We're all part of the problem. So we need to all be part of the solution. All of us. No excuses.
I concur. Completely.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna ask you, because I try to stress the importance of unity.
That's a good one. I like that word.
Like, yo, when motherfuckers are united, and it's like, I see it more with us from people that's not necessarily, you know, in a religion or you know what I'm saying. Just I say, fuck it. It's the background, the Ufa Simba regiment. Like for me, immediately, that's just people who I know. If I had a problem, it will become their problem, and vice versa. That's immediate.
I see what you're saying.
But outside of it, the vision for it is to just unite everybody that's just tired of the bullshit, yo, who really wants change.
Okay, let me ask you a question then, cause I wanna dialogue with you about what destroys unity. Okay, and I wanna ask the audience the same question, and I hope you comment, you subscribe. You know what I mean? I want this to become a real dialogue, not just between you and I. You understand what I'm saying? But for all of us, is familiarity and influence behavior from empirical experiences, meaning what's happened to you growing up and what a specific environmental influence has done to you. Is that a reason, once you become aware that there are other possibilities, to stay that way and stay connected? Because to me, that's what's destroying unity. Just out of familiarity with something. People are so complacent. They get stuck in a certain thinking, and they could know, like, okay, I don't have to do this anymore.
But like you said, social media.
Okay.
In my opinion, it be motherfuckers that have really graduated in life and moved on to bigger and better shit.
Okay.
But they so concerned with a nigga gotta know I'm a real nigga. You see what I'm saying? And all that goofy ass shit instead of just being your fucking self and living your life, yo, and doing better. Cause you can actually, instead of being in the hood, try and prove a point, which we've seen. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers. You know what I mean? With that shit actually get niggas when you try to, be around the same shit.
Absolutely.
Yo, if you got it like that, you can take another motherfucker out of that situation and show them something better.
But see, once again, familiarity, because in our community, you know me, I am abstract to the audience who experiences me. So even when I come to them and I say, hey guys, do this with me. You don't have to be this way anymore. No. It sounds like I'm saying something that's impossible, but right. You're only rejecting it because it's not familiar to you. You see what I mean? That's why I
dumb
said.
Niggas.
No. That's
dumb
why I
niggas.
said. It's not necessarily about being dumb or smart. It's you have not ever experienced this before. So for lack of familiarity with what I'm presenting, you reject it. It's about exposure. It's about exposure.
And I'm only saying dumb niggas. I have a slogan. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I'm not knocking that. I'm not here to disagree with you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not.
No,
I don't want to. Okay. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to be indifferent.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm saying, in my opinion, a nigga that doesn't agree with that is a dumb nigga. Because it's like, yo, when you're around certain shit, if most of your friends are dead or in jail, most niggas got a bunch of kids. No relationship, just kids are like, yo, it should be something in your fucking head that should make you want better for yourself, yo.
But that's not automatic. That's why I said, because there's a need to fit into the general consciousness in whatever environmental situation you're in. You want to be a part of it. Nobody wants to feel left out.
Can I make a confession?
Please, pretty soon.
This is one thing I love about me, right?
Oh, okay.
And this is not no arrogant shit.
Hold on, wait a second. I gotta tell you, I was not ready for that sentence structure, bro. I was not ready for the Yo, that was the wildest thing I've heard today.
No, but listen.
This is the one thing I love about me, though. I thought,
I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, you cut me off guard.
I never had that problem, yo. It's like I'm far from perfect.
Okay.
But and you really know me.
Yeah, I really know you. I really do.
Like, and that's what I love about a lot of friendships that I still have with childhood friends.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The fact that we still friends as grown men, you know what I'm saying? Older,
right.
That shit mean a lot to me.
Right,
I value that.
Right.
And it's like, yo, you know me. I'm the same. I'm me, yo.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And okay. I can say that about you.
Yeah.
You don't get around.
Yeah, I don't
these
go
niggas
change.
And act. But
I'm gonna be the same all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be me no matter what.
That's grown man shit, in my opinion. I salute that. That's all I'm saying. Niggas, the average person, don't do that.
Yeah, but see, once again, that's why I said it's because familiarity doesn't formulate my behavior set. Just because I'm familiar with something doesn't mean once I have been exposed to something else, I don't add that to the beauty of who I am. You see what I mean? That's what has to happen. You have to add anything that creates betterment, and you can tell. Do math. If I add this and I take this away, then I become better. It's about betterment.
Right.
It's not about fitting in or hating. That's why I said I don't want to do the blame game. I don't want to point fingers. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm not saying you're better than me or worse off than me. What I'm saying right now is, hey, I found this. I've been exposed to this. Hey, can I share it with you real quick? Because this is what it's done for me. What's the difference between that and somebody knocking on your door trying to share with you what they think is salvation to their soul? You see what I mean? It's the same premise. And I'm going to do it to the people who I'm familiar with, whose behavior sets I recognize. I can say, hey, look, man, I understand. No, you don't get it. I really do understand because I've done all the things you're doing. I've been with the same type of women. I thought it was good to run a household that way. I thought it was good to relate to men of tint the way that you relate to them. But it's not conducive to our betterment and our positive evolution. We need to cultivate a systemic change. We need to take it personal. We need, as you said off cam to me, sit down and talk and take it personal. We don't need to keep waiting for somebody to tell us what we need to do and come in and say, hey man, stop doing that. If somebody would just listen to somebody who's of tint telling them, look, I got this for you. Come over here, do this with me. You don't have to be that way anymore. Put that down. Leave that alone. Walk away from all of that. Yes, it's going to be hard because it's not familiar. And it's going to sound impossible because you've never done it before. But if you take that chance, you will find that it's beneficial to you. That's all I'm saying. And while I'm saying this, not for nothing, most of the offerings come from people who are not of color. And I want that to be clear.
How does that make you feel? Man, that's the same shit that you've been talking about for a long time. Like, he said that about hip-hop on the Mellow Presents podcast with my man Pete.
Okay.
He produced that too.
Okay.
But he was really, like, adamant about, like, yo, why the fuck is it that it's always somebody else that's not of tint
right
to invest in shit that has made people of tint billions of fucking dollars?
Okay, let's try something. I said something to somebody the other day. I said, Floyd Mayweather was the man. But right before he retired, he made sure you knew that he was friends with Warren Buffett. No need to fight anymore. See, the fight's over. Everything I've been working towards, I've obtained it. And it's not that he doesn't like people of tint anymore. It's not that he doesn't associate with them. It's that now I'm actually ASAP Ferg. I am on a new level. That's not him shaming the people that he's known all this time. But this is what you aiming at. You looking for somebody to influence you and expose you to something that all the people you've known, that you're familiar with, can't. And no matter what they look like, where they're from, if they're Indian, Chinese, Caucasian, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they're somebody of tint, I would love for that to be the case. But we got to get over ourselves before that's possible.
So outside of honesty, you said that's most important.
Yes, honesty is most important.
After that step, I'm with you. What is the next step to achieve the goal?
Of unity, we need to want it. You can't, no matter, to what we were just discussing, somebody can come into our community and offer us positive change all they want. We have to want that, and not only want it, but work towards it no matter how hard it is, because it's not familiar. And just in mental health, one of the main things that they will tell you is, listen, I could sit here and talk till I'm blue in the face. If you don't want to be any different, it's not going to change. It's not going to change.
And I'm glad you said that.
It's not going to, you have to want it. And you have to want to put the work in. For all of the things that you were just saying about things people from a certain demographic are familiar with. You hear this all the time. I put the work in. You see what I mean? And the only reason it's sustainable is because those people keep working at sustaining those idea boxes. Right. Okay, what if you take the same energy and put the work in to education? What if you take the same energy and put it into unity? Guess what will happen?
Heaven on earth.
Okay, well then, since you know,
that's just my opinion.
I'm preaching to the choir then.
Here's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying since you know.
No, what I'm saying is, like, I'm agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
I
like,
understand that.
It's like, and I'm not trying to make it, because I'm not technically a member of any religion, but this is why I've been paying attention to a lot of the Nation of Islam and the 5% Nation of Islam. Okay. Because that's like what they really on.
But you are a student of belief.
Absolutely.
It's not about, that's what I said. With me sitting next to you, we're not going to do dogma and bias. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not going to point fingers. I don't have somebody to accuse of anything. You see what I mean? And we're all victims of the circumstance because we're all in it together. So, being a student or somebody who is understanding of belief, spirituality as a whole, that doesn't create a limitation for you. You know what I mean? It makes you a Purian or limitless. So
can we toast to that?
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So to say that I am a student of belief and understanding all that's there, that means you will have the ability to do more than somebody who's saying, this is it. This is the only thing. There is nothing else. When for a fact in the world you're in, there are all kinds of other things. Like, you can't say that. Yeah. And because somebody walks into your community, not for nothing, they're not wearing the right color, they're not using the right vernacular, and you treat them a certain way, who has the problem?
You.
Okay.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
We hear this shit all the time. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers only run with killers and and motherfuckers don't look a certain way and I don't know right? But here's a fact. If a nigga was on trial for some street shit, you don't want your fucking lawyer to be a thug or look like a thug.
That is a valid point.
Are we toasting to it?
Bro. That is an amazing...
It's just, it's ignorance, man. It's ignorance.
It's bliss, though.
But here's what I'm saying. And,
Wait. Here's a good question for you then. Before people end up in prison or jail, are they already there mentally?
Many.
I'm just saying, are they already, or is it when they get to jail or prison that they become restricted? Or I'm sorry, I framed that wrong. Or are they already restricted before that even happens?
Well, the plan is for them to be restricted before that even happens.
Wait. Once again, let's not. No. I don't want to do that. Once again, I don't have a finger to point because the whole time, especially since the internet era has kicked in, you are informed. If you have a cell phone and you can read, then okay. All right.
If you got a smartphone, you shouldn't be a dumb nigga.
Okay.
That's the slogan.
I'm just saying.
Am I wrong?
So it's your responsibility to make sure you know. Matter of fact, when people have problems and they end up in circumstances and they stand in front of a judge, what does the judge say? The judge always makes sure you understand. You go, I didn't know nothing about that. The judge says, hey. It's your responsibility as a citizen of this land to be informed. We make the information public. So don't stand in front of me and say, I didn't know about that. You see what I mean? Just being clear. I was raised like this. My dad would say, never say you can't. My mom would say, excuses are useless and figure it out. You see what I mean? She was the type to go in the house, close the front door and the screen door behind her, knowing that I had 6 bags in both hands from the grocery store, and would scream through the door, figure it out when I said, Mom, can you open the door, please? You know what she was prepping me to do? Be a man. You see what I mean? Because it's my job to figure it out. You don't get to call out for somebody else to help you. Or make it work for you. Son, this is your real life.
Yo, when people call you daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo. Yeah.
It's my responsibility to figure it out.
God.
And she didn't pacify me. She didn't make it easier. If I cried, she told me stop. My dad would tell me you not hurt. And I'd be trying to convince both of them, like, listen, what is wrong with y'all? This is child abuse in my mind. No, it's not. It's how you build fortitude. so that you grow up to be a person who's not looking around, and when something happens, you don't cry out, it's not my fault. Somebody help. You see what I mean? It is my fault. Don't nobody help me. Whatever it is I'm dealing with, it's my problem. And I got to figure it out. I got to go through it. And I can talk to you about it, but don't do anything. Because if you do something for me, I'm not going to learn anything. I'm not going to evolve. If you keep getting me out of something that I've done to cause a problem for myself, I do not mature mentally. Mm-hmm. I learn nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing at all. So let me ask you this. And since you brought up parenting, as a parent, you see your child fall on the ground. They running, you tell them stop. They running, you tell them stop. They fall, they scrape their knee. You say, what first? What's your first reaction to that?
Can I make a confession?
Please.
It depends on which child.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love you to death, bro. Hey, you so crazy right now. Like, all your sentences. Like, man, you having moments.
I got a big family.
Yo, you killing me right now, bro.
I got a big family. Because
I'm trying to get you out of this bias, and you keep taking back. Look, you love all your children equally.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. No. I'm not asking you that because we've recorded a song, okay, that you can play for this audience.
But you've been around me with my kids,
but
too.
not even that. We've recorded a song.
Yes,
exactly. Where
can we?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Come on, bro.
They might want to go listen to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you know I know. You see what I mean? It's not an idea you have. You love all your kids.
Absolutely.
And you walk through every last one of them in this song in depth.
Yeah.
It's the longest song that you and I have together.
True.
Okay.
And so it's long.
Okay, so because of that reason though, because if something happened to you and you weren't there to convey this message to those children, they will always have daddy saying this. It's not because you wanted to make money or you wanted to be famous or popular, because you cared about hip hop and the culture. You wasn't doing it for that, right? Okay, you was doing it so that this is what I'm good at. And daddy talks to you every day. But let daddy use something he's done his whole life to convey a message to you so that it would be timeless, right? Okay.
You hit the nail on the fucking head, man.
I appreciate that.
Can we toast to that?
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, I try to pay attention to details. No, I don't try. I pay attention to details.
You do.
Yeah, I pay attention to details. So since that's the case, I'm saying to you, when your child falls, let's go back. You're crazy with me right now. When your child falls, bro. When your child falls, after you tell them over and over again to stop running, stop doing that, stop this. Daddy's saying, I love you, stop doing this. Stop doing this. Because at some point in time in there, me knowing you, you convey the message, this could happen, that could happen. You keep it up, you're not listening. When the fall first happens, no matter how you want to react, indifference to each child, your first thought is what? Let's do your first thought.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a good one. Because my thought that I think you would have is, see, daddy told you. You see what I mean?
I would say that.
Oh, you would say that? Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? But
yeah. you would
emotionally, it's going to be, oh, shit.
That's even better because, once again, you have something going on that I know nothing about. You see what I mean?
Okay.
So since that's the case, that's really good that the mortality matters to you. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter how much you've told them not to do something, the idea of them being hurt still scares you.
Absolutely.
In any pain they feel.
Yo, I would rather do that shit myself for all of them.
I'll cheers to that.
And my wife.
Hey, man.
All of them.
Hey, man.
So all of what you're saying.
Hey, look. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to the people of 10. Let's try that. You see what I mean? Let the men decide that we're going to absorb the pain so that we succeed. For the women and the children around us, let's make up in our minds right now that we're going to be accountable and responsible. We're not going to make excuses. And when something's going on, we're not going to think of ourselves and say, well, they didn't do what I wanted, so, you know what I mean? Like, that's what the children and the women say. Mm-hmm. So I acted like this because you did. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Because they're looking to us, if we're the leaders in the household, to be a certain way so they don't feel these pains and aches, to protect them from these harms and dangers, right?
Absolutely.
And also to provide them with lives that lead them in a way that they can see he knows. He loves us. It's not just words. Look at what he's doing. Even when he's not saying words. You see what I mean?
And they'll get it later.
Who's like, they? Who's they?
The kids. No, listen.
Who's they?
No, listen.
Who will get it later?
The kids.
Okay, the kids will get it later.
Look, because I'm getting ready to ask you.
Kids are very savvy, so yes, kids will get it later. Kids get it in a moment, though. I want to say that. Kids get it in a moment. Kids do get it in a moment.
But here's what I'm saying. This is just my experience. They don't want to listen. And we didn't either. But
you saying kids don't want to listen? You think kids don't want to listen?
Everybody wants to do what the fuck they want to do.
Okay, watch this. Everybody, especially children. Okay, just like this table before we put all this stuff on it, that's a child's brain, right? Okay. It's not until their first influences start to behave a certain way with them that they start to become something, right? So everything that they obtain creates what they do next. A lot of people don't realize before they become parents, you need to have a strategy. You need to know what that looks like. You need to know what that means. Because if you don't, the child will randomly grow into things because you're being impulsive. I'll give you an example. I didn't do this because I didn't feel like it. We not doing, like, if it's the routine for the child and the person goes, not tonight because I'm not in the mood. You see what I mean? That's not good for discipline and structure. That also won't teach the child to achieve anything. Because you're saying when you don't feel like it, you don't got to do it.
Oh, not in my house.
No, I'm not. I'm
just
talking about what that influence does.
Got you.
I'm not talking about a specific person or not. I don't know who does this. I just know it happens. You understand?
Got you. And don't you actually do this shit for a living, right?
Right.
Okay.
But
can we toast to that?
I've reached a place where the reason why I speak the way I speak is because I write it. I'm beyond the place where I sit in front of people and talk it. There's no need for that. That's not changing anything. I talk to people in groups. I've worked in schools doing it. I found that it's better to have a systematic approach that's written, just like business. I need projections. I need outcomes. I need overhead. See? Because that's what change is going to need in order for it to happen.
Right.
What are we projecting? How much is it going to cost? Who do we need to hire and involve? You see what I mean?
Who do we need to get the fuck out of this situation, man?
Hey man, let me say something. Let me say something. And I want to say this. And I hope not for nothing, just from where we're from. I'm betting on 4 people. I'm really betting on 4 people. The Mosleys, Brandon, and Hogan. That's a fact. I think what Maryland has going on, no matter what anybody says about Baltimore and how they view us, look at us. We don't have the problems. That can't stay around here. You see what I mean? If something happens, it doesn't keep happening. When things become a problem to us, the leaders here get right on it. You see what I mean? They don't let it linger and go on. And I'm trusting those people to bring about change. That's what I'm saying. That's what, if somebody asks me, where am I putting my money at right now? That's where I'm putting my money at. I believe in those people. That's a fact. And I want nobody to think anything different as I'm speaking right now. And I think they just won't change Maryland or Baltimore. Nah. I think what they do next will change our whole nation. That's a fact. During Joe Biden's presidency. Let me be clear with that. You know what I mean? Let me be clear.
So what makes you feel that way?
The approach. When COVID hit, who managed it better? Tell me. Who did?
Hogan to Trump? That's what you asking?
No. Who managed it better? Because Trump made it that each one of these people had to figure it out for themselves. Name somebody who got more accolades in this time frame of panic. I don't want to use the stigmatized word of panic than Hogan. Name one.
No, I know Maryland was consistently
top 5.
No, Maryland, yeah.
Top 5. I'm not.
No,
trying to be extreme.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be extreme because I'm not saying it's impossible for other places and other leaders to have managed it.
Yeah.
But listen, even to the point, the video of Brandon that goes viral. Put your mask on. You see what I mean? Put your mask on.
Shorty, right?
He meets him, but he meets him where he's at, and also shows his familiarity with his community. You see what I mean? Hold on, man. I want y'all to know around the world. I'm a person. You're a person. Let's take care of each other. That's what his response was saying. Love the people around you enough not to make them feel like they're in danger, no matter what you're trying to communicate right now. You see what I mean? This is good leadership. And I like it. And I'm not saying like as a person, I'm not saying it's not possible for them to do something that's fallible. You know what I mean? Or we could find fault.
Nobody perfect. You could find fault in anybody, especially in the social media
especially if you
age.
nitpick and try and pick them apart and tear them down. You see what I mean? And that's another thing. Like, we get people of tent in power or positions to empower us, and instead of us looking for reasons to protect them, work with them, and grow, we do the same thing we do to the person who lives next door or who we grew up with.
That all comes from slavery.
I can't say that. No excuse,
but it comes from slavery.
I can't say that because I've never been a slave. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't blame. That's what I said. I understand the stories. And I appreciate all the narratives that I've ever heard. The history lessons, the classes I've taken, they're all valuable. What I'm saying to you right now, though, is let's live in the now, okay? Today. Ain't nobody getting hung. Ain't nobody. I did that on purpose. Wait. Ain't nobody getting hung from no trees, all right?
Really?
Hold on, bro. Listen. See? You gonna
I'm just saying, like, I'm confused. As far as that today, like it's not as common.
Okay. My fault. Correction. You're right. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's not a possibility at all. You're right. My fault for being so extreme. That was an extreme. That was extreme. No. That was extreme. As I was trying to be sarcastic with my word usage and saying ain't. But yes. It's not as common for people to be hung from trees, all right? Even though we willfully put ourselves in nooses around our necks, and we call it chains and jewelry, all right? So while you're saying that, that's why I asked you earlier, do we create our own bondage at this point? Or is somebody imprisoning us? You see what I mean? Okay, so since here we are, in this headspace that we're in right now, you and I, talking about things in a way that hopefully leads to solutions. Why is it that I can't bet on the people who are in charge no matter what color they are? You see what I mean? These are the people that I'm hoping make the right decisions so that the people I love are okay. I have to support them. You see what I mean? I have to be on their team. I don't want somebody to launch an investigation or somebody to go on social media and dig up some dirt in their social lives. Don't do that to them because that's not beneficial to us. Let's cut that out. Let's stop tearing them down. If anybody's a leader of positive betterment, let's be supportive. Let's not look for reasons to rip them apart. Everybody does something, like you said, that we could find fault in. Yeah. There's something about every single person where you go, you know what, you shouldn't mess with such and such. You know how they get down. You know what I mean?
He's 65, but when he was 11, you know.
Right. Hey, yo, you're crazy right here. You're crazy with your sentences, man.
Yo.
But when he was 11. That's true, though. That's true, though.
So, look, in what you were saying, as far as, because some people just don't trust any politician, and it's like, yo, it's, if I'm not saying that you should trust anyone, but what I'm saying is, if you don't trust anybody with anything, what the fuck can you can't have unity like that.
All right.
And hold on, because I really want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I just want to get that out real quick. So, as far as Biden winning the election, what are your thoughts on that?
It doesn't matter. Rothschild said it best. And then anybody who knows what I mean, you can go look it up. Rothschild has a statement on leaders. You see what I mean? The thing is, that's why I said, there's systems around every leader that the leader has to adhere to. And please, the common person experiencing the election and all of that is not accounting for all of the things this leader has to adhere to. See?
No matter who it is.
It's just like being a father in a house, though. With all of the people, it's not the same. So let's make it that there's commerce. Let's make it that there's socialism. Let's make it that there's politics. You see what I mean? No matter who becomes the leader of the free world, they have to deal with all of the layers. They can't deal with the layer that's most important to you only. They have to satisfy all of the groups. They can't satisfy the group that you're part of mostly. So people don't factor that in. But wait, I gotta say this to you because as
Can I get some ice, bro?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
As I know you were about to ask me this question. I want the audience to know. I feel like I'm sitting next to my town's Kevin Samuels. I had to get that out. Yo, with your tinted glasses, like I'm looking at you like, and all I keep thinking is he channeling his modest Kevin Samuels? I'm waiting for you to talk to me about what the women should do and what they should be like. I feel like like we should take a caller and be like, ma'am, you know what's wrong with you? That's what I feel like.
But I want to.
Yo, my fault. I'm sorry. My bad, bro.
So positive.
Yeah, you know for sure.
But
that's mad funny. You know that's funny. Yeah, you gotta laugh at that. Like, I feel like we should be like, let's open up the lines right now. First caller is, you know what I mean? And somebody should call in and just talk to us while I'm sitting next to my town's Kevin Samuels. Like, no lie. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kevin Samuels, Anthony Griffin. What's my man? Like, I want to shout these people out. This is important.
Let's get it out.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
All the YouTubers, Jay Childish, Fenario, you know what I mean? Like, they're people doing big things. Dang, I can't think of all their names. Dominique Springs, I think that's her name. Like, yo, it's so many people. Sade, like, yo, there's so many people. And these people are working hard online to entertain us, to bring us happiness. Nelly Viz, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people. Big Ja, there's so many people. Minx, and we take them for granted. Chavis, but they keep messing up his intro. His name's Chaz, and he's from New York. You see what I mean? Like, simple things. We take it for granted. All the energy people put into things, all the time they spend. Listen to Drake's music versus most other people's music, and you tell me how he harps on negativity or not. You see what I mean? It's not there. He's not making music so that you get into a headspace where you ruin your life. No. He takes you through what I was saying earlier. This is what happened to me. This is what I felt about it. This is what I'm going through right now, kind of thing. This is what we need to focus on. This is who we need to be now, bro.
I consider him And see, this is a conversation, and this is great because with
Kendrick, J. Cole,
he had music that I liked,
mm-hmm.
but I think the first time I listened to his album, I was with you,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yo,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's that shit.
Definitely is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And it's like, I want to say it was like vibey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're not similar as far as style really,
mm-hmm.
but that's what Drake remind me of. You know what I mean? Like it's like he'll rap, but he has a vibe that be real chill in a lot of his music. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And
because he's talking to you, he's not trying to enter. This is the weirdest thing about like. So to today's entertainer, I really enjoy y'all. Whiny Sosa, Aunt Glizzy. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna fake for you. That's DC. That's Baltimore. I think they're putting a lot of effort into making it work, and I love how they're going about it because they're doing it the right way. They're not doing anything more than talking and making the most out of the conversation when they have it together. That's respectable. But today's entertainer, you're feeding the machine and you're not doing anything to gain from it. You're just perpetuating something so it gains from you. You see what I mean? And for nothing else, the whole angle that Sean Carter and LeBron, Jay-Z and LeBron James, the reason they've postured themselves the way they are is because they realize, hey, machine, we can partner up. I'm not trying to take over what you have going on, but you don't have to dominate me to get the results you want. We can work together. We can both gain something. Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey. You see what I mean? Tyler Perry. You see what I mean?
It's a bunch of them.
My fault. I'm sorry.
No, listen, I want to ask you like how you feel because you just mentioned a lot of black unity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it.
These people are working hard though, man. Please go support these people. Shula, support these people, man. Man, I wish. Hold on, man. I'm gonna break up my phone. Go ahead. Don't. Yeah.
No, I want to ask you questions.
Go ahead. Please do. Please do.
So, as far as people who have been black celebrities who really in the past years kept quiet about a lot of shit,
mm-hmm.
How do you feel about them speaking out now? Do you feel like a lot of people that have really tried to be just real humble and chill have just reached a limit to where as though they just had enough, yo, and they want to see a change now?
You ever been behind somebody in traffic and wonder why all of a sudden they stepped on their brakes?
Many times.
Okay, that's how I feel people are being right now. Carpe diem. You see what I mean? You're an opportunist. You feel like I'm too close to you. You feel like if you step, bless you.
Excuse.
You feel like if you step on your brakes, you'll get an insurance claim. That's why you're doing it. You see what I mean? I'm not doing this because I'm having a moment or I'm stuck in a moment or I'm a prisoner of this moment. The things I'm saying because I'm paying attention in detail to what we're experiencing. And I'm not saying that something else is the problem. I'm saying that we need to change. Because if we don't change, then how do we exclude ourselves from the problem?
And how do you expect anything to be different? You do the same shit the same way, you're going to get the same results. Am I?
No, you're absolutely right. Kevin on stage. You know what I mean? Patrick Cloud. I want to shout these people like, yo, these people are working hard online. Miss Sade, like, I want to give these people credit, bro. These people are working hard online. Ha Davis. These people are doing everything they can to make sure as things are going on and life is bad for you, Long Beach Griffey. My fault. I messed it up the first time. I mean, like, yo, they going through whatever they can. Country Wayne, Desi. Like, yo, these people are doing their thing just to make sure that you smile when your day may not be so good. And you got to appreciate the effort and energy they putting into it. You see what I mean? We got to start supporting each other, man. We have to make it so that we succeed together. Whether it's entertainment or the local community, we need to become one real fast. I don't have a knock for nobody. I think you're all great. E, appreciate you, bro. You wonderful for this, man. We wouldn't be able to do this without a man of color, a man of tint, who makes it his business to make it possible. That's a fact. That's a fact. We wouldn't even have this ability to share these ideals and these thoughts with you if he didn't open up all that he's put together to us, and the three of us can come together and say, hey, let's do this. Joe Buttons, Noriega, you know what I mean? Like, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Like, yo, this is not a game. This is hard work. DJ Academics. These people put a lot of energy and effort into this, man. No matter what we think of them, they didn't just become this overnight. Joe Buttons literally reinvented himself from pump, 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 pump it up.
That was my shit.
And all the people listening to him now probably have never listened to that song. Gilly the Kid.
My shit.
Gilly the Kid. Yo, these people are working hard to be who they are. Smack White. Shout out Smack White. I mean, URL TV. I mean, like, let's be clear. Let's be clear. These people are putting blood, sweat, and tears into it to entertain us. To show us love, because that's what it is. Go subscribe. Join Caffeine. It don't cost that much. Make sure that they can be able to supply you with what you demand. Don't just hope they keep giving it to us for free.
That's not business.
My man Ryan, I can't even think of his last name, but he started a Patreon. Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis started a Patreon. He's worth the money. Go pay that. If somebody you know starts an OnlyFans and you love them to death and they provide you with content that you're into, go support the content with your dollars. What is the difference between that and tithing in church? You will give 10% of $1,000 to somebody who says words to you once a week, but you won't give somebody $7 for a month? Hold up, yo. Wait a minute. Listen.
What kind of math is that?
Listen. The psychology is off, all right? These people aren't doing this just because they have nothing else to do, and they can't think of anything else to do. My man Carrie. Dang, Bae must be gay. The woman, the female, the person in that video with him, she is dynamic. Y'all got to support these people, man. We got to support each other. E, once again, I thank you, bro. We thank you, bro. Yeah, we thank you. And I thank you for having me, man.
I appreciate you.
I mean, there's no bias. Let's start to show each other love. As Mark said, man, let's start to unify. Let's stop creating reasons to have problems with each other. You matter. I don't matter right now. Let's start that way. You matter most. And you have to want it with me. I want it with you. I want betterment. I want us to succeed. Want that with me. And let's work the same way towards that as we've worked towards failing, going to jail, getting killed, robbing and stealing, cutting corners. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Or no? If you don't, I understand. But that's what I want from y'all.
And if you got a smartphone, you shouldn't be a dumb nigga.
She's so crazy. I love y'all, man. Straight up and down. All day long. I love y'all, man.
Love.
Love y'all. Appreciate you, E.